it. It's Mohammed Alabbar, the Chairman of Emaar.
Thank you, John.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
What is the message here? This is interesting because you've come in the first 2 weeks of Ramadan, which you noted as a slower period. But the message to the outside world is we're rebooting, but we're not being overly aggressive?
Well, we're trying to say that, you know, there's so much have been done in the city. The government have done an amazing job. If it's the lockdown, or it's the intensive testing, where, you know, today we are probably the highest per capita when it comes to testing in the world. Everybody adhere to the new rules and regulation. And I think more importantly, I think also the government have helped the society learn the new norms. Therefore, after more than a month of lockdown, I think also the government wants us to try to come back, and try to come back carefully, gradually. And I like that idea, especially that it's coincide with the first 2 weeks of Ramadan, where this is the slowest time of the year. These are the two slowest weeks of the year.
So it gives the retailers and the employees to come back,
exactly, for us to try. And even though we've done all the things that we need to do to protect everybody, but I think it's a good try, and it's good to get out and give it a try, and be able to fine-tune and adjust as we start in this slow period of time.
But you talk about a slow period. The International Monetary Fund is suggesting the region's going to have a recession of about 3%, maybe even higher here in the UAE. How do you plan for such radical disruption? This is not the Iran-Iraq war, the Gulf War, the Arab Spring. Dubai benefited from it as a safe haven. This is really out of the box.
Well, of course, you know, John, that Dubai is a commercial hub. And we really depend on businesses from Asia, Russia. You've got Saudi Arabia, and everybody is around it. You've got Africa as well on the other side. So really the mix of businesses that we have, people should really look at us that really mainly our focus is really on the oil and the oil income, and it's the effect of the oil income, plus the large income we get and the contribution from tourism, which is also will be affected for a while. But I think, you know, the global cities in general are going to go through this new change and adjustment. Some cities will adjust better than others. And I really think that with the size of this city and the policy of the government and no dependence on oil, I think the chance for this city to go back, it will go back. I think it's going to take time for all of us to go back, but I think we'll be in better shape.
You talk about going back. Does it take a year to recover? Do you see a V shape? You collect data from your online businesses like Noon, and you have all kinds of data coming in from Dubai Mall here. How long does it take to recover, Mr. Alabbar?
I don't see a V shape. In fact, I'm one of the conservative people who look at this, and I really believe that for human beings to go back to their lives, you'll wait for the vaccine. It's a fact of life. I believe that people, and what we're doing, John, is that we're really trying to tell people that we cannot just be scared and sit in our homes. We've learned, the government have done an amazing work, and now let's try this thing. And let's try this thing carefully, and let's check after a while. Let's be a good example to the world as well. So I expect that we really have to go gradually moving upward towards the end of the year, if there was no major outbreak there, and then probably into first quarter next year.
When you start to recover.
I think, and then mid next year, maybe we are back to normal.
Wow, that's a long period of time. Final question for you. There are concerns here that the Summer Olympics in Tokyo will not happen if the pandemic is still alive. And we're supposed to follow it in the October 2021 is the Dubai Expo. What is your view? Could it be a rebirth, and one way or the other you have to proceed with the Expo this time around because it was delayed for a year?
Well, I think it's ideal time looking at the material you read and I read and everyone reads about where is this taking us. I think I'm 100% sure that the vaccine will be with us, even if it goes back to next year, March, April, and I believe that by October we should be all fine to really use Expo as a time of celebration and to unite the world after these dreadful times.
Good. It's nice to see you. I'd shake hands with you, but
thank you so much, John.
That's not on these days. Mohammed Alabbar is the Chairman of Emaar.